That expensive nonstick pan you bought last year is probably already dying, and you don't even know it yet. What if I told you the problem isn't your pan's quality but the exact sequence you use every single time you cook? I used to go through 3 or 4 pans every year until a professional chef showed me this specific order of operations. Today I'm revealing the precise 5-step sequence that has kept my nonstick coating perfect for over 8 years. Write this down because getting even one step out of order will cut your pan's life in half. Image 616 Bangyag Xiaomyang. Alright, let's talk about what's really happening to your nonstick coating and why order matters so much. Most nonstick pans use either PTFE, which you probably know as Teflon, or ceramic coating. Both of these coatings are incredibly thin, we're talking about 20 to 50 microns. That's thinner than a human hair. This thin layer is bonded to the metal underneath through a chemical process. When you mess up the sequence of heating, oiling, and cooking, you create thermal shock and micro-abrasions that break this bond. Once that bond starts failing, the coating peels, flakes, and food starts sticking. And here's the kicker, the damage is often invisible until it's too late. So let me walk you through the exact 5-step sequence that protects your coating. Step 1 is the cold pan oil method. This is where most people go wrong right from the start. They heat up an empty pan and then add oil. That's backwards. Here's why this destroys your coating. An empty nonstick pan heats up incredibly fast because there's nothing to absorb the heat. Within 90 seconds on medium heat, an empty pan can reach 500 degrees Fahrenheit. PTFE coating starts breaking down at around 500 degrees and releases toxic fumes at 572 degrees. Ceramic coatings lose their nonstick properties permanently when overheated. Always add your oil or butter to a cold pan first, then turn on the heat. The oil acts as a heat buffer and temperature indicator. Step 2 is the low and slow preheat. After you've added oil to your cold pan, turn the heat to low or medium-low. Never use high heat with nonstick pans. I know this sounds slow, but trust me on this. Let the pan heat gradually for about 2 to 3 minutes. Watch the oil. When it starts to shimmer and flow easily when you tilt the pan, that's your signal. The oil should move like water, not sit there thick and sluggish. This gradual heating ensures even temperature distribution across the entire cooking surface. Hot spots are the enemy of nonstick coatings. They cause localized thermal damage that spreads over time. Step 3 is the protein temperature check. If you're cooking eggs, meat, fish, or anything with protein, temperature timing is crucial. Here's a trick professional chefs use. Flick a tiny drop of water onto the pan. If it sizzles gently and evaporates within about 2 seconds, you're in the perfect zone, around 300 to 350 degrees. If it immediately vaporizes with an aggressive sizzle, your pan is too hot. Let it cool down for 30 seconds. If the water just sits there, keep waiting. This temperature zone is where the Maillard reaction happens for beautiful browning without damaging your coating. Going hotter doesn't cook better, it just destroys your pan faster. Step 4 is the gentle cooking technique. Now that your pan is properly heated, add your food gently. Don't drop or throw food into the pan. This can scratch the coating and cause oil splatter that creates hot spots. Use silicone, wood, or plastic utensils only. I don't care what anyone says about being gentle with metal. One slip, one moment of scraping, and you've created a scratch that will spread. Metal utensils are the #1 killer of nonstick coatings. Keep the heat at medium or below throughout cooking. If food is browning too slowly, be patient. Cranking up the heat is not the answer. The extra 5 minutes of patience adds years to your pan's life. Here's something most people don't think about. Don't slide your pan back and forth on the burner grate. Those metal grates scratch the bottom of your pan, and that damage eventually affects heat distribution and the coating's integrity. Pick up the pan if you need to move it. Also, never press down on food with your spatula. Pressing creates friction and can transfer force through the food directly onto the coating. Let the heat do the work, not mechanical pressure. Step 5 is the proper cooldown sequence. This is where I see the most mistakes, and it's absolutely critical. When you're done cooking, turn off the heat and let the pan sit on the burner for at least 5 minutes. Never, and I mean never, take a hot pan and run it under cold water. This thermal shock is catastrophic for the coating. The rapid temperature change causes the coating and metal to contract at different rates, which literally tears the coating away from the pan surface. Even putting a warm pan under lukewarm water is risky. The safest approach is to let it cool to room temperature naturally. Yes, this takes longer. Yes, it's worth it. Now let's talk about washing sequence. Once your pan is completely cool, fill it with warm water and a small amount of mild dish soap. Let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes to loosen any residue. Use a soft sponge or cloth only. Those green scrubby pads that come on the back of sponges are too abrasive for nonstick surfaces. Even the ones labeled safe for nonstick can cause micro scratches over time. Wash in gentle circular motions. Rinse thoroughly with warm water and dry immediately with a soft towel. Leaving water to air dry can cause mineral deposits that affect the cooking surface. Storage sequence matters too. Never stack nonstick pans directly on top of each other. The bottom of one pan sitting on the cooking surface of another is grinding damage waiting to happen. Every time you pull a pan out, you're creating scratches. Use pan protectors, those felt or fabric separators you can buy at any kitchen store. Or simply place a paper towel or clean cloth between each pan. This 5-cent solution prevents hundreds of dollars in pan replacement. Hang your pans if possible. This is the ideal storage because nothing touches the cooking surface. Many people have pot racks but only use them for decoration. Actually use them. Let me share what not to do, the mistakes that kill pans fast. Never use cooking spray on nonstick pans. I know it seems logical, but cooking sprays contain lecithin and other additives that build up into a sticky residue that's nearly impossible to remove. This residue actually makes food stick more over time. Don't cook acidic foods like tomato sauce for extended periods. Acids can break down both PTFE and ceramic coatings. A quick sauté is fine, but simmering tomato sauce for an hour should be done in stainless steel. Never put nonstick pans in the dishwasher. The harsh detergents and high-pressure water jets degrade the coating rapidly. Hand washing only, always. Here's the complete sequence one more time for perfect pan care. First, add oil to a cold pan. Second, heat on low to medium-low for 2 to 3 minutes until oil shimmers. Third, test temperature with a water droplet before adding protein. Fourth, cook gently with non-metal utensils on medium heat or below. Fifth, let the pan cool completely before washing with warm water and mild soap. Follow this exact order every single time, and your nonstick pan will outlast pans that cost 5 times as much. The coating doesn't wear out from use. It wears out from abuse. Treat it right, and it'll treat you right for years. If this saved you from buying another pan, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.